Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And for this video, I kind of wanted to talk about, of course, what's coming around the corner is the new year. And I kind of wanted to sit down and talk about how I want to set up my new year. Of course, it's gonna be very different since I have my daughter, and you know, with kids, you kind of have to go with the flow. So, you know, finding a way to achieve my goals and be there as a mother and experiencing the changes of motherhood is going to be very interesting to see how next year is going to play out. Like I said in my last video, I'm trying to get back into the workout game. Probably it's not going to be the same like how it used to be, because of course I have a daughter, my body is different, and I'm kind of starting from basically square one. But I have been doing a running workout plan. It's nothing major. It's basically trying to run a 5K without walking or stopping, and just running it at a pace that is still a bit challenging for you, but not where you're dying, passing out on the floor. So I just kind of started doing that, and let me say, it feels so good to be able to do something physical. I do walk because of course I have two dogs, and sometimes I have to get everyone out of the house because it's just too much going on. But besides walking, adding, you know, running 3 times a week has been feeling amazing. Sometimes it's challenging mentally, but being able to accomplish or finish a run, knowing sometimes that I just want to stop and quit and no longer doing it, feels so good. So that's one of my goals for the next year, is to kind of get back into a somewhat consistent workout routine. I do want to add weightlifting, just because I have been seeing a lot of my YouTubers that I watch lift weights and just working out, and I miss it. Like yesterday I was watching a video and someone was doing legs, and they were doing their leg day routine, and I was just like, oh, those were my favorite workouts. As much as it sucked after or during, like, you know, getting sore and lifting heavy weights and just like getting it through. Hear my daughter, she's like somewhat sleeping. But I miss those days, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get back there, but I know I just can't jump on there and just lift like how I used to. I have to work back into that routine. So my goal is to have a workout plan, which I need to sit down within the next couple weeks and kind of see what I can work with. And sorry, you might be hearing her while I'm recording this, but I want to try to do like a 4 to 5 day workout routine. Some of those days might consist of running and working out, or just a regular run. I'm not 100% sure. Like, I want to sit down and kind of see what I can plan out and put together. Knowing me, I'll probably change it 5,000 times. But I kind of want to work around like my husband's schedule and my schedule, and of course my daughter's schedule, because we're somewhat having a sleeping routine and nap routine. Like, she's kind of like falling asleep around the same time every day, but we're still working on that. It's not going to be perfect. Of course, things come up and change. So I still want to have somewhat of a vision of what I want my weeks to look like. I think I mentioned it in my last video. Like, I have a plan on my cleaning days for the house. Basically, we clean every day, but we just don't clean the whole house every day. We tackle small parts of the house every day, so the house stays clean. Of course, I have 2 dogs, so My floors get dirty almost every day because they're in and out from the backyard. But of course, we have days that we vacuum and mop. So our house pretty much is clean. It's tidied up. Besides, you know, having burp cloths and bibs and just baby clothes here and there, but majority of that, our house is majority tidy, and that's what makes me feel good, because having a tidy home makes me feel good. Having a cluttered home is just like having my mind just cluttered with just too much, and it just doesn't make me feel good. So my goal is to kind of like within the next week or so just figure out a workout routine. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna go jump into it right away, but I kind of want to see like what days I want to do upper body and lower body. Should I do like cardio on certain days or hit on certain days? So that is my goal. Somebody is very talkative over there. She's like in and out of her sleep. So actually we have an appointment in about an hour. She's getting her 2-month checkup. She is 2 months today, and she's gonna get her first round of shots. And let's just pray that the rest of our day goes smoothly. But besides that, yes, my goal is to try to be healthy and physically in better shape than I was last year. Well, I can't really say this year because I was pregnant, but like the year before. I want to try to be in a healthy routine in my life for next year. I want to be able to consistently work out and consistently be able to do some type of cardio. And that is my goal for next year, is consistency. I want to be able to consistently do the things that I love. Reading. I want to continue reading. I used to read a chapter a day, every single day. If the chapter was too long, I would like split it and read it within the 2 days. But I want to continue that. I want to try to find time, like if she's napping, to sit down and read a chapter if I can. If not, I'll just split it, like I said, and work out. I love to just have my body in motion and moving around, because it makes me feel good. And I want to be able to run around with her and play with her as she gets older, and, you know, God willing, not injure myself trying to catch up with her. So I want to prepare my body for those moments in life. And, you know, my husband is in great shape, of course, and he's consistently working out and stuff like that. So I want to be able to kind of get to where he's at, where he's consistent into his workouts and taking his supplements and protein and stuff like that. So what we have discussed was, I was sitting down actually reading my book, and this was the first day of picking up my book since, like, I don't even know when, like probably August. And I opened the book to read, and the chapter was about virtual assistants, or assistant, or basically figuring out something in your life that you can give up, that one wastes time or just doesn't bring you joy, and basically. So I was sitting down here and I was thinking, what in my life right now can I give up to something that can give me back some type of time to, basically, what can I give up in my life that will give me back time to accomplish something else right now? And I was sitting down and I was like, okay, we normally keep the house clean to ourselves. I can think about hiring someone to come every 2 weeks to do like a big clean, and then we stay consistent. And then I was like, you know what about a meal delivery kit? Not like one of those subscriptions where you get all your meals and you have to cook it. I'm talking about like meal kits, meal plans. And I sat down and I was on the computer and I was searching, and I found this restaurant here nearby that's like 25 minutes away from where we live, which is pretty close. And they have these meal plans that are really healthy, and they have all the calories already out for you, your macros already planned out, and you get to pick out of the meal plan how many meals you want. Of course, they go from like, I think it's like 5 to like 21 meals or something of that sort. And I sat down and I was like, wow, like this will be great for my husband and I, because it eliminates us having to cook lunch and dinner all the time. We're pretty consistent with breakfast, because we either do like overnight oats or we make breakfast wraps. Our breakfast meals are pretty quick. Like the only thing we probably have to make is like eggs and coffee. If we make anything like sausage or bacon or some type of meat or hash browns, like we just stick it in the air fryer and do something else. So like it doesn't take that much time for breakfast for us, but when lunch and dinner comes, it does take a chunk of our time, because we either, oh, what happened? We're either needing to go to the grocery store, or we don't have this, or we're buying stuff and it's just like rotting in our refrigerator and then we just throw it out. So I sat down and I was like, this will benefit us in so many ways. We're not overbuying in food. Our meals will be prepared. All we have to do is just take it out, stick it in the microwave, warm it up and eat it. Like that's all of like maybe not even 10 minutes. And there's times where I'm by myself, where my husband has to work 24-hour shifts, or he's having late nights where I don't have moments where I can eat a meal, because either my daughter is fussy or is giving me a hard time trying to nap her, like get her down to fall asleep or to go down for a nap. And I miss meals, or I'm not consistent enough, and I am pumping. So of course, fueling my body is a big important part into keeping a supply. So we sat down and said, okay, this is something that we're going to do. So now that we are going to do this meal delivery kit, meal kit, whatever you want to call it, that frees up so much time. Like I said, we're not spending too much money on food. We're just buying things like milk and eggs, probably some breakfast meat or something of that sort, a couple of fruits, but we're not spending $200-300, and majority of that just goes down to the garbage, and then we're just losing money. So it's going to be nice to have the consistency of having good meals at home, and knowing that I'm getting my vegetables and my protein and my carbs in every meal, which takes a lot out of my mind and out of my day, so I can focus on cleaning, which pretty much is very simple in my household. But it gives me time to do YouTube videos and edit, or reading my book, and it will give me time to work out. My daughter, who is showing some signs of consistency in her naps, kind of will give me a general look of what a day could look like, where I can say, okay, at this time this is her longest nap. I can probably get a good 45-minute workout, or even a 30-minute workout. That's all that matters. I'm not trying to sit in the garage to doing an hour or two. I want to get in, get what needs to get done, and be done with it. So I'm excited to see how that goes. But my biggest goal is consistency for next year. And what I'm going to try to figure out within the next few weeks is, how can I make that achievable? So if I'm trying to work out and eat clean and read, what can I do each month to achieve that consistency goal? For me, I like to break my goals down so that way I see that I'm achieving that big goal. Because if I just throw out a big goal out there and I'm not giving myself how I'm gonna get there, I probably won't achieve it. So for now is planning. My planning is gonna be key to what I need to do to reach that consistency. So like I said, I'm going to plan out within the next week or so how I want my workout schedule to look like, or the goal of that week's to look like. Finding time to read and finding time to edit. Those are the three main things that I'm trying to stay consistent with. Now that I know that I'm going to be freed up from having to cook, so time management is going to be important here. So that's probably another thing, is time management. How am I going to, wow, can I speak today? How am I going to use my time wisely when I do have that time? Like, for example, my daughter is in and out of her nap, but she is content. So sitting here making a YouTube video is using my time wisely. Maybe in her next nap, I'll read, or finish doing laundry. My time is being used on things that are productive, and which is making me more consistent. As long as each day I am achieving something towards those goals, that's all that matters to me. So my question to you guys is, what are you planning for your next year? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? Remember, you can do whatever you want. You can manifest anything as big or small as you want, and it's just up to you on what you want to do. You're your pilot of your life. You take control of what you want to do and the changes that you want in your life. And that's what my plan is. I'm taking control of my life and trying to make it as better than it was before, if that makes sense. I am going to have a crazy year because I have a daughter who's going to be growing up and learning and going to be moving and crawling and running and all that within the next year. So, you know, it's going to be a lot of fun experiencing all that stuff. And we're just going to see if I can achieve those goals of keeping my life in some type of consistency to those items that or those particular goals that I want to, which is working out and reading and trying to stay consistent on YouTube. And yes, it's going to be difficult, but I have to remember the big picture of my life. So like I said, just comment down below what you want to accomplish in life, and what is one thing that you really desire for next year, or what do you want to see for next year. But I have to get ready to take my daughter to her doctor's appointment, and we're just gonna end the video here. We'll see you next time. Bye.